It's Mike Lenge, wrestling for Lenge.
I'm Mike Lenge. I'm a senior, and I wrestle 160 and 170 this year. For dual meets, I would wrestle up, but for postseason, I'm wrestling 160. I just kind of do my own thing in the fact that I really put time into the conditioning of our program, and like there's so many kids on the team that are way better technically than I am at wrestling, but I just like to push kids, and I like to beat on kids until they break, and then I always win matches by 2-3 points at the most, unless I'm wrestling someone who's not too good. But like against kids that are just as good as me, I won't open matches up. I don't feel pressured by a close match, and I just like kind of bringing conditioning into play, like real simple, simplistic moves. When I'm on the mat, I'm actually doing stuff. I just really just push the pace. That's about it.
The leaders we have on this team are special. Mike Lenge is a kid that is going to be hard to replace. I mean, he is a true leader. He doesn't have all the physical tools. Mentally, he's as tough as it gets. He wants everybody to do well. Even if he doesn't do well or wrestle well, he's still there mentally. He's with the team. I mean, that was huge for our group.
As a captain, my contribution is kind of keeping the team loose. I mean, I'm not really someone that the young kids can look up to in the wrestling aspect, just because there's a lot of wrestlers on the team that are just better than me, that are younger. But it's just kind of, I'm always lighthearted. I'm always kind of just keeping the team laid back, because I just feel like that's how it should be.
We have kids that know how to wrestle, and I think that Mike Lenge can get through to anybody on our team, whether you're a first-year wrestler or someone that's wrestled their entire lives. Just because he's the kind of kid that has wrestled his entire life but has never been successful, really, until last year. So it just goes to show you how much hard work and dedication that you put into the sport really works out in the end.
At the end of every practice, when we're doing our conditioning, Mike Lenge is pushing everybody, as a senior should, and that's where Mike Lenge excels as a leader, and he pushes everybody.
We wake up early, and then we start our morning runs right after the Christmas break, and morning runs kind of show like who's all committed to the team, who shows up on a consistent basis, and the work we do in the morning is pretty much where everyone finds like their turning point in the season, where they start to flip a switch and start to win matches that they wouldn't have won in like weeks before that. And as soon as we get over being tired and sore from waking up at 6 every morning, it just totally fixes the season of all of our missed shots in the third period and letdowns and stuff like that, because we're just one of the best conditioned teams out in the area.
I've never seen a kid grow so much, because he worked harder than anybody, he gave more than anybody, and I don't know if there's a kid that got more out of wrestling than Mike Lenge as a life lesson.
Springer and Harner are both state medalists, so I guess my job today is just to not give up bonus points. I'm basically just wrestling to keep it close, maybe make something happen if it can, but my main job is just not get pinned.
Scoot out! Push out! Look where you're at! Look where you're at! Stop! Hey! Shake it out! Let's go! Come on! Hey! Hey! You gotta get right to your feet. Let's go! Seal off!
Alright, we can't get our hands out. At this point, that's what he's got to take.
I know, I can't. I know, you guys.
Hey, once you get it, the only thing you can do is what you did. You try to get your knees underneath.
Yeah.
That's what you try to do.
Yank my shoulder out.
Hey, come on, let's go. You're battling. Chip away here. Come on.
That's it. Good position here. Good position.
Good job, Mikey. Hey, good job. Hey, way to keep wrestling. Hey, don't hang your head on that. Keep your head up. Come on, you're fine.
Go, Mike. Good job, Mike. Come on, that's what we need.
We had some guys who did what they had to do. Where's Mikey? They don't get any better than that kid. You be battling the way you did.
One of my close friends, Kelsey Kramer, she passed away in a car accident. She was just one of like the nicest girls I've ever met. And she just had such a positive outlook and attitude on life. And one of the things that people kind of grabbed and held on to after she passed away was that she posted something on the internet and said, "Forever strong." So it kind of just stuck, and everyone used the saying "Forever strong," and they got it printed on shirts. And her favorite color was purple. And obviously none of us were gonna have a problem with wearing purple because it just means a lot to me to carry like my friend's legacy with the team, especially when we're doing so good. It's just, it feels good to bring the purple with us and just bring Kelsey along with us too.
Picking out Mike Lenge pretty much controlled everybody as far as the way he dealt with kids and the way he dealt with us as coaches. He's probably the best captain I've ever been involved with.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, Mike, go,
Congratulations. Thanks. Just had to make it.
I swear to God, I would punch you in the face if I had to go to a week of practice without you.
I would have been there either way.
You know, I think one of the toughest things as a coach is to coach a kid who puts his heart and soul into the sport, like Mikey. Wrestling's such a demanding sport to begin with. When you have a kid who really puts it all out there, you know, and he kind of wears his emotions, they're right there. And, you know, he's meant a lot to our program. I don't know if people realize how much he's meant.
That's part of the reason you coach, but I don't think they can ever forget those tough losses like you had with Mike.
From a freshman to a senior and almost making states, I've had some emotional things happen in the 5 years. Mike Lenge, one match away from states, might have been my most emotional time in this 5 years.
So after about 10, 15 minutes, I went to find him, and I found Mike sitting in a doorway. And it was rough. We didn't really say anything. He just kind of stood up and gave me a big hug, and I patted him on his back, and I said, you know, be proud of what you did, because we're really proud of you. And at that point, I had to walk away before I lost it, because Mike was just gathering himself, getting his composure back. 2 minutes later, 3 minutes later, I see Willman and Duraflo coming back out, and you know, I'm trying to fight back tears. Look at Willman, and Willman's wiping tears from his eyes.
I know that our young kids, probably more than anything, will benefit from his leadership, his work ethic. You know, his legacy is going to live on. He may be gone next year, but I know these freshmen, you know, they witnessed how hard he worked and how much he gave. Probably the hardest thing of all was when I went out there to talk to him. You could just kind of see it in his face. You know, the fact that it was over. You know, what do you give everything for now? What do you get up every day and think about and kind of dream about and work towards? And he has a lot to be proud of. Doesn't make it any easier, but it's also part of the experience, and it's also something that, you know, you remember and stays with you, and, you know, will stay with him too. So.